Wagwan people, it's Dale Elliott, and I am just here to reason with you guys today. It's a monologue. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, yo, Dale, when are you going to make a monologue? When you're going to reason with us. And yeah, here it is. I really used to do a lot of monologues to really motivate people, but inherently I was really motivating myself. I think everybody needs motivation. I think everybody need inspiration. Everybody need someone to look up to or someone to learn from. I personally I don't think I'm a role model. I am not perfect. I can be a bit focused to the detriment of other people. But we have to push through, and some of the time is that stubbornness why somebody can get to the point of where they are, and it's also that stubbornness can prevent people from moving further. But I am just here to speak to that person that you have an idea, you have a plan, and you don't know how to execute that plan. You don't know where you're going to find the money from. You don't know who you're going to work with. You're having this situation where right now is like, and I am going through that right now, is where no matter how much people I have around me, there's a level of loneliness that comes when you have an idea or a goal and you haven't achieved the goal. And no matter how far you push on and how far other people around you are like, yo, Dale, you're doing well, or congratulations, and there is just an emptiness. There's a serious level of emptiness that can come with trying to be successful or having people look at you as your success as successful when you don't look at yourself like that. And when I look at the age range of a lot of people that follow me, a lot of the people are in their 20s and 30s, and it's a lot of men, well, women as well. And there's just a level of emptiness when you start getting to a certain age and you start wondering, are you running out of time? Will you have other priorities? Can you balance stuff? As a young man, the difference with that is like you get to a certain age and then you start to realize that you are now the person that people turn to. Yeah, that's what 2025 really showed me, that like, yeah, some of the time you need to take a pause and look around you and appreciate what is there and the people that is there, because sometimes the people can just leave, or you might just leave the people but appreciate the people around you, appreciate your family, appreciate your friends, and also some of the time you're going to have to not be around people that you love and respect, or you're going to have to just cut that. Yeah, so that is 2025 for people. Yeah, but the older you get now, you get to a certain age and you start to realize like, yo, your parents are not immortal. Like you start to realize like, okay, then you won't live forever, your mother and your father won't live forever, your grandparents. I am at that like weird point in my life now where I start to realize like, all right then, Dale, I am getting older, and which now it's crazy because as humans we look at ourselves as getting older, but we don't necessarily see that the people around us that used to take care of us are getting older as well. And now the mantle is being passed on to the point where now it's our responsibility to take care of them. And it's kind of like a hard pill to swallow when you look at your parents getting older or the people around you getting older and stuff changing and people having different priorities now. And some of the time that can let you lose sight of the goal that you want to have or whatever you're pushing for. And when you're younger, I don't think we don't think about that at a certain age. At 15, 16, you just want to be an adult. And then when you become an adult, you just want to, you just want a car, you want a house. Then you want a family. And you're just kind of you. But along the way, you realize, wait, if I am 25, that means my parents are getting older as well. Your parents are going to want stuff from you or your grandparents. And now you wonder if, okay, Dale, do you need to be around these people more? That no, this loneliness that you feel, is it because, they're not there, but you have the people and you are communicating with people, but for some reason it's just different, I just feel like when you become an adult, it's like you will see somebody and you not even realize that this person will only be a part of your life for a certain amount of time, and then you just start to cherish the people that stay around, and respect the people that respect you, because everybody's tolerated. Because it's kind of crazy to think that, the friends that you had 5 years ago, if you look around, you might not see all of them. And you never really expect that. Or you see somebody that had that goal, and they were pushing for their goal, and 5 years ago, all they cared about was their goal, and now everything is sidetracked, Now they probably give up on that same goal, and I think that is a very scary part of your life when you're transitioning out of your 20s into another part of your life. You're going into your 30s and now you feel your priorities start to shift in, or you start feeling like you're running out of time. And some people priorities shift based upon their circumstances, whether it be, children, relationships, family, but I think that is what people don't talk about. People don't talk about the journey. I think the journey is more exciting than the finish line. Because you only remember the journey, you don't really remember the finishing line. Like 2 years ago, I started stand-up comedy, and I've been traveling the world and I've been doing shows, and the shows are not my memory. My memory is the excitement of, putting the credit card and wondering if I'm going to be in debt, doing this independently, pushing forward. Just trying to promote, counting, we have 5 people here, we have 10 people here. How I'm going to plan it. That is the memory. The memory is the driving around, trying to find venues or booking hotels, traveling, after the show being like, all right then, next show. And some of the time you can get desensitized to it. So what I like to try to do is sit and just kind of reminisce on, what I've managed to accomplish. But the closer it is to like the big days, like, I have like Toronto. I have Toronto. I'm going to be in New York shooting my first ever comedy special at Gramercy. And I just remember my first independent show that I've ever had was in Brooklyn in 2023, late 2023. And I remember when I said, yo, Dale, let's figure it out. We just need to try to get 100 people in the room. And the fact that I'll be going back there, well, going back to Manhattan to do a bigger show and no dreads. I still have that fear. I still have that excitement of the journey instead of the finishing line. And I just want people to understand that, yo, the journey more important than the finishing line, because not everybody know how to celebrate. I think I suffer from that. I personally suffer from my inability to celebrate, my inability to sit back and be thankful and rest. For me, there's always something, and it can be to the detriment of me, where I don't know if you guys go through this, but there's times when it's like you're working so hard for that thing and you finally accomplish that thing, and when you get it, there's like an emptiness. There is no satisfaction that you get from having that thing. And that is so crazy. Like, why am I working so hard for something and then you get something? And it's like, all right then, no, what else? Like, I've never celebrated. I don't know if you guys go through this, but the emptiness after achieving your goal, I don't think people talk about it. It's like, wow, all right then, now that you've done it, what else? And that's crazy. And some of the time, you're in your own world. You're literally in your own world. Your focus is only on you. And then outside distractions start to paint a picture of you. Like because you've been so much to yourself and focused on yourself so much that now you allow people to develop their own versions of you. People find time to start, say things about you. People who you don't even communicate with on a daily basis just say, hey, this is him and this is what he does, and it's crazy. It's crazy how things can change over a period of time. So it's always good to go back to your roots, because people only know what you show them, and the moment they don't see anything, they just come up with their own versions of you. So never forget that. So as much as you think, oh yes, I am doing this and I'm perfect, and somebody can come up and somebody can just say something about you, and then no, that is what the whole public, that is now your view. That's how people view you in the public. So yeah, 2025 has been a very testing year for me. I'm sure it's been a very testing year for you guys. I just hope you guys are pulling through. I hope you guys are finding ways to fill the emptiness that you guys are feeling. I know for a fact that I feel empty. And what I realized this year is how unspecial I am, or how common it is for someone to feel like this. It's just that a lot of people don't voice their opinions on how they're feeling. But trust me, nobody talks about the fact that, you're working so hard for this thing, and then you get the thing, and then you're like, all right then, what now? Like, what else? Nobody talks about the fact that when you become an adult, everyone like look to you. They look to you for the advice, you to solve the problem, and they don't even understand what problems you might be having as a person, or what are you fighting with. Because let me tell you something about money. I only use money as a tool to get work done. And I am not no financial guru. I've made terrible decisions. But if it's one thing that I learned with money is money is the only way you can push yourself. And if money is a motivator, maybe that is what will bring you emptiness. But when money pushes me to do stuff, but the emptiness that comes from it, money don't fill that. And that is crazy. Money is there to pay the bills and to acquire the things, but the things don't change anything. And I am not even a person that I don't go on vacations. I don't know that. All I do with money is invest it, and it can be to the detriment of me. I've done it all the time. How I look at money is, okay, then if I have money, all right, now I'm going to spend that money on something to try to fill the emptiness. And 9 times out of 10, that thing is not material. That thing is going to be, how can I invest this in myself to acquire, to fill the goal, or to get to that emptiness that I have. And it's a very slippery slope, very, very slippery slope when money is your only motivation. But the problem is, I feel like we as humans, money is the false motivation. Because in all honesty, people only want money to take care of things. Because money is actually a product of, money just get you the things you want, That is crazy. And the more of it you get is probably the more you realize that, your importance is vital to the people around you. Because whatever you earn or whatever you make, you are going to have to now start helping everyone. Crazy how things change. Crazy how things change, people, and I have no idea. So yeah, man, if you're out there right now and you have something on your mind or your brain I tell you, hey, slow down, or you need to do more, you need to speed up, whatever direction your mind is telling you to go, please follow it. Please follow it, people. And please just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, because we're at the age now where we start seeing holes in health where the people are around us. Some people might start get sick, or we might see our family, friends, we start understanding, how important health is, and how important it is to make sure that you're healthy. because really and truly that is the only time you'll feel good. You only feel good when you're healthy. Money can't buy health. Money can't bring back people. So always remember that the alcohol and the late nights and the parties and all of that can catch up on you real fast. And you're at the age right now where, all right then, this might be fun now, but 5 to 10 years from now, you never know. Check your genetics. You know, are we trying to outlive? We have to be with healthy self, you know. So we can't. I just move around at, drink this and I eat this before we go sleep, and you know, some people start get big belly, and you know, it's crazy. Things are changed. Yeah. Look at the situation right now where Hurricane Melissa devastated half of Jamaica. Well, the whole western side of Jamaica. And we're seeing now where, you know, a lot of people are getting aid and a lot of people are suffering right now based off the fact that one day they had a roof over their head and all of a sudden you have nothing. And then everybody have to be helping. You know, and some people don't want to look bad because them not helping, and some people that is helping need help. And that is the position that we are in right now, you know. No matter how much help you think you need, there's somebody out there that need more. But always remember, you cannot help everybody. You can help or you can help. And don't make peer pressure put you into a situation where you end up with nothing. You know? But it also goes to show you there is a man that worked his entire life to build a house, and an act of God can just take it away. And that changed people's perspective, like, okay, then look how different things can be. You know, you can be working so hard for something and then it just gone. And you cannot blame nobody. There is nobody you can blame. Yeah, all life is funny, people. Trust me. Life is funny. We just have to roll with the punches in life. Yeah, but we're not special. We are not special. So, you boy or you girl out there that is listening, I really feel that we go through the same things. We might not have the same problem, but we feel the same from each of the problems them. I can tell you how I solve my problems though. I don't solve them. I just continue to push on. Because what I realize is that as hard as things is for you and as much as you think you're stressed, there's somebody out there with a worse stress than yours. But at the same time, who am I to determine how much stress somebody can manage? Because I really realize that you cannot really compare stress based off circumstances. Because not because somebody is, say you meet a wealthy person, say a person wealthy right now, that person can be wealthy and can be stressing about something, and I can be like, yeah, but there's people out there that don't live anywhere. That is not his stress. He don't have the ability to feel that person pain, and that person don't have the ability to feel his pain. Life just funny. Life just funny. Life funny, and the older me get is the more me understand that there is no understanding. More you understand, there is no understanding. So yo, just live, yeah, man. Just live. Hold up your stress. Help who you can help. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Work as hard as you can. But remember though, no matter what goal that you push into, when you get to that goal, there will still not be no accomplishment. You will still feel emptiness. So never you let that goal be money. Because all money will bring is the emptiness. And lack of money, same emptiness. So don't make money be a goal. Make career. Make your career be a goal. And even when you achieve all of what you want to achieve, there is always be this emptiness. Because I don't reach the weight. And I have so far to go. And the fact that where I reach, someone else looking at me relatively saying, yo, you know, congrats on this, I don't feel that. Because I want so much more. I want so much more people. But them say you have to be thankful and this and that. And but people sometimes I feel like that is like bullshit, yeah, man. Have you ever like I go through something and somebody is like, yeah, but you have so much thing to be thankful for. Really and truly, some of the time I want to tell them people like fuck off. Because you not in my head. They're not in your head either. You know, nobody know like what you going through. Like, yeah, yes, I'm supposed to be thankful, but come on, like that's not what I'm talking about right now. You want what you want. You want what you want. So people, some of the time, no matter how much you see somebody smiling or you have no idea what them going through, you know, what is on their mind. And some of the time it might be a bunch of things on their mind. So let's just live, yeah, man. And people, I hope this conversation help. I hope if it's one thing this proof is that people vulnerable, people think, you know, the same thoughts that you have, somebody out there have it. Somebody going through the same stress, the same problem that you're having. And even if it's a different circumstance, they still feel the same way. Nothing really changes. Your mind is powerful. So people, big up yourself. I'm out.